Hey everyone, welcome to Own Your Time, a channel for small business owners. Get ready to harness your most precious asset, your time, with intention, enabling you to create a life that thrives in simplicity, ease, and joy. If you're new here, hi, my name's Sarah Stewart. I'm a Glasgow-based time management expert, and my approach combines the wisdom of traditional time management strategies with the transformative power of mindfulness. And my commitment is to help you get more time for the things that really matter. If you're ready to ditch the hustle culture and overwhelm and instead embrace peaceful productivity, you are in the right place. And in each episode, we're going to be diving into the key elements of conscious time management, mindfulness, intentional living, and the dynamics of running a small business. Join me as we explore practical strategies to overcome time constraints, manage stress, and make intentional choices that align with your goals and aspirations. So if that resonates, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so that you don't miss an episode. So, every decision that you make is a vote for the life that you are building. But are you voting for the life that you actually want? So in today's video, I'm going to be chatting about core values. And we can use our values as well as our future vision to improve our time management through improving our decision making and our prioritization. Now, I've worked with coaches on and off for the past 23 years now, maybe even closer to 24. And the first coaches that I worked with focused predominantly on practical things that I could be doing, and there was very little time spent on mindset. So it wasn't until 2020, when the COVID pandemic started, that I turned to coaching again. And one of the first exercises that I did with my new coach was to consider my core values. And it was something that I hadn't really given much thought to before. But I found it to be extremely impactful, and it's something that I've returned to a few times since. It's also one of the exercises that I do with new clients. Now, I come from a corporate background in the pharmaceutical industry. I'm an ex-pharmacist. If you want to hear more about my story, you can hop on back to one of the earlier episodes where I share more. But when we think about this through the lens of a corporate organization, you know, the executive committee of the organization will have hopefully established a set of values that they work to. And these values are the guiding principles that shape the way the company does business. But we can get clear on our core or personal values, and it is a really powerful exercise because our values and beliefs shape the way that we live our lives. So when you're clear on your values, you're going to be able to make decisions and prioritize with ease. It is estimated that we make 35,000 decisions and choices every day, which is such a massive number. A large number of these are subconscious, but there are still a number of informed decisions that we make every day. And so when we're faced with difficult decisions, when we can then refer back to our values, that can help provide clarity and direction. If we are pursuing goals and activities that are in alignment with our core values, that can lead to, improved motivation and a sense of fulfillment. Our core values can provide that anchor sense of stability and resilience when external circumstances are challenging or unpredictable. If we share and respect core values in our relationships, that can foster, stronger connections. You can also align your career choices with your core values, and that will help with greater job satisfaction and success. If your professional working life is in harmony with your personal beliefs and passions and so on. And core values also shape the legacy that you leave behind, and the impact that you have on other people. They can impact how we contribute to community, society, and even thinking bigger scale, like how we contribute to the world. Okay, so A typical life coaching exercise is to look at a list of values, things like trust, honesty, creativity. And then you look at the list and you sort of would start to tease out which ones resonate most, and you'd maybe start to whittle that list down. Maybe there's ones immediately that would jump out at you that yes, that would be a value. And then you can start to sort of streamline, and there's a number of values that maybe are sort of similar themes and so on. And then you can start to group values together and so on to try and get it down to a reasonable number. I would be saying, you maybe want to have like 5 or 6 key core values. But I think there are other ways that we can get clarity on our values by putting on our detective hat and starting to look at the evidence. And I'm going to share some examples from my personal life as we go through this. So in terms of me and what I value, so I value my family, I value community, generosity, nature or the environment, creativity, and then fun as well. That's sort of a newer one to my list. So what we can do is, if you have a smartphone, you can take a look through your Photos app and have a look at what you're predominantly taking photos of. Like, are there any themes there that jump out at you? So knowing what my values are, the photos that I have won't come as a surprise. So I've got pictures of my family, of the kids, more so my daughter than my son. He's not all that interested anymore. The joys of having a 15-year-old. And I've got pictures of the dog, so that's sort of like the family. I've got pictures of art that I create, like pictures of out in nature, maybe when I'm walking the dog, and that all sort of links in with what my values are. I guess at the moment, maybe something that's slightly more recent is a value of health. And I've been training for High Rocks, which I'm participating when it comes to Glasgow in a couple of weeks. I don't know the timing of this video when it will go up, probably before I compete in the competition. So again, when I think about that, even like the photos, like I've been taking pictures to sort of track my progress. So there's maybe, pictures of like the timings that I'm getting when I'm doing certain exercises and sessions at the gym. There are, pictures of like the stack of weights when I'm doing like deadlifts and so on, so that I'm tracking my progress. So again, that does still sort of tie in with those values. So that's the first one. Have a look at your photos and see what you're taking pictures of. Then what you can do is take a look at your bank balance. So again, where is it that you're spending your money? So I have direct debits for charities that are close to my heart. As a business, I'm registered with Ecology. I plant a tree with every purchase through the website. So there's a direct debit for that every month. I do try where I can to purchase from B Corps. So B Corps are businesses that have gone through a certification process. So B Corps are companies that have gone through a certification process, and it's sort of basically saying that they care for people and the planet as well as profit. So for me, with a value being nature and the environment and so on, I sort of do try where I can to purchase from B Corps. So for instance, one example there, like if I'm buying books whether for personal or for the business, I try and purchase through a company called World of Books, which is a B Corp. I used to also buy from an online refill shop, but they've closed down sadly. So that's no longer in my bank balance. But it's things like that. So again, it sort of ties back in with the values. And when we think about health and this sort of more recent addition and the high rocks and things, when you look at my bank balance, I've got the gym membership is there as a direct debit. There's the supplements that I'm taking to help me with my fitness. What else is there? Yeah, like going to the physio, for example, that's another one. So again, it sort of ties in, like they're both in alignment. And then the last one is to then think about your calendar and where is it currently that you're spending your time. So again, is there alignment there? So like with the fitness example, if you're saying that fitness is a value of yours or health is a value of yours, is there time being carved out in your calendar to uphold that? So are you making time to go for the gym or go out for walks to get your steps up? So for me, I've got my workouts all mapped out in my calendar. So yes, that sort of aligns. There's time, quality time with the family, and so on, like time in nature, walking the dog, all of those things are sort of in alignment. And then another thing that you can do, so yes, look at the evidence. And then I've also got some questions that you can ask yourself. So you want to be thinking about, how might you describe yourself and the type of person that you are? And if you want to, you could even go that one step further and maybe ask your friends or family members how they would describe you. What characteristics describe your closer friends? What is it that you admire in them? And that can help tease out some ideas for what you value. You might journal about what success means to you. How are you defining success in your personal and your professional life? And what does that tell you about what you really value? You might also think about your pet peeves and what annoys you. And then I would be taking a look at a values list. So I'll link below the blog post that I wrote that's got the list of values in it. I'll see maybe if I can get clever and pop some sort of screenshot into this video. But then I would be looking at the list to sort of say, okay, knowing the evidence, and after maybe answering some of those journal questions, is then thinking about what is the values, or what are the values that resonate most with you right now. And then I think through this as well, the key is to be thinking about being who you are, not who you think you should be. So again, we're looking at the evidence of who you are right now. And that's not to say that you cannot aspire to be, someone else, but it's then, for me, I would then be thinking about, okay, so where are you now? Where is it that you want to be? And then what are the steps that you need to do to take you there? But I would be starting with, who you are right now. So hopefully with that, you'll have a better understanding of what your personal or core values are. You will know if you're living in alignment with them or not. So is the evidence and the values, are they lining up, or are they out of sync? And then you can start being mindful about decisions that you're making and using your values to help guide you. It's also worth noting that your values might change over time, so it can be a useful exercise to return to as well. So thank you for joining me. I hope you found the episode insightful. As I say, it's all of these sort of types of exercises that we can do that then start to push us in a direction where we're being a bit more clever with our time, and then we're able to reclaim our time for things that matter to us. And it's our values as well that help us determine what it is that really matters to us. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, I would love for you to subscribe, rate, leave a little comment. It's really appreciated as I try and get this endeavour off the ground. You can get access to my free time audit workbook on my website. It's www.sarahstewart.co.uk/time audit workbook. And then you can connect with me on social media for more resources, engagement with the community, and updates. Yeah, I think that's all for now. So until next time, bye for now.